Okay, good afternoon, everybody. What are we doing today? Well, so what have we done so far? We did some tweaking with our controllers. We got our character Munyon here. I like the way that follow camera's doing it. So now, okay. Now we did a debug log thing. Now we're going to go into one of our scripts. We're going to get into our object hit script. And we're going to add some text. So let me small that and hide that. Okay. And right now it shows we're on the mover script, and we don't want that. We want object hit. So there's object hit. And what I'm going to do is add some code right here. Oh, come on. Alright. This happened yesterday too. So my VS Code window, did change, and then you guys missed a whole bunch of what I was talking about. Probably sitting there sounding all crazy. This will get fixed after I change my studios around. But right now I want to make code videos, and later on I'll show you how. I'm going to hang up a soundbar and start building my new studio from the top down. In the near future, I'm going to build 2 studios in the house. Basically, I'm going to take the studio that's on the north wall and move it to this west wall. I'm going to move the studio from this west wall over to the north wall, and I'm going to repurpose them for different things. Like right now I'm using a single monitor setup to make these videos. I'm still going to do that here, but I will be doing it with the 2 monitors that are on the other wall instead of this one monitor. So that means I'll be able to set up OBS all over on one screen and then do everything else on another screen. And when I switch back and forth, it won't be such a disaster. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here.
The color to whatever you.
I want to get a component called the mesh renderer. Right. So get component, and that component is a mesh renderer, and that's a method. Dot material dot color. That's an assignment operator equals, follow me, color dot orange semicolon. Alright, so let's take one more quick look at our code here. So we have a material, right? And the material is covered with a mesh. We've made meshes. We've made color meshes for the characters. We drop it on there, change the character color. So the mesh renderer creates that color. And so there's a component that we drop on the object called the mesh renderer that's in charge of coloring the objects. And so we get the component, the mesh renderer, right? And there's a function. And in that, you could refer to it as a class, I suppose. Everything's kind of a class in its own way. And in that mesh renderer class, there are properties like material and the color of that material. So when on collision enter condition, we want the color to be orange. Wait, did I that's not what I wrote. Should be, it's changing it. That's crazy. Color. Okay. I don't know why it was doing that, but I guess I was pressing enter and it was trying to autofill something. So, change that color to black. So now or no, orange. Orange is the new black. Or so I've heard. Okay, now let's make this go away. And let's back this off. And let us go back to our Unity window. And see. Got my Unity window. There we go. And I'm compiling the scripts. You see what I see. And now we hit play. And now when I bump into that, I get orange. When I bump into that, it turns orange. That's what we want. Whoa. And yep. And does it work against our characters? Nope. Not against the characters. But it's working against everything else. Yep. Okay, we hit him. Alright. Das ist gut. Alright, check that out. So, that worked. And we logged a bunch of hits over here when we hit everything too. So, that's good. That's what we wanted. Alright. We'll see you in the next video.